willkommen, bienvenue and welcome. I'm Mini Maddi and this is a vlog about something that means a lot to me. It's not completely personal, but it means a lot, and so I really appreciate you watching. So here's a story for you. On last Monday, that's the 30th of January, there were protests all over the UK, and I managed to go to the one in London at Downing Street, and apparently there were about 10,000 people there, so I'm really proud of myself that I managed to stand in that crowd and managed to not panic in a crowd like I would normally. But also, I'm really proud of myself that I went and I stood up for what I believe in, which I think everyone should do. Everyone should stand up for what they believe in. So, I'll tell you a bit more about the protest. What were we protesting? Well, here's the thing. So obviously we're in the UK, so we were protesting Donald Trump, even though he's the American president and nothing to do with the UK. But we don't like him. We don't like his policies. We don't like his orders. And we definitely didn't like his Muslim ban, which I have to use those because it's not called that officially. Even though some of his administration are calling it that. So obviously, you should know, he banned people from 7 countries coming into into America, from primarily Muslim countries, apart from a few which he has business ties in, and we don't agree with that. Refugees need refuge, and some people, in fact, pretty much all the people from those countries are innocent. There was no, as far as I'm aware, and I've looked at all the statistics online, there wasn't any terrorists or terrorism from those countries that he banned, so it was just really random. And what everyone was calling Islamophobic, which I think it was. So we were protesting against that, and we were protesting against him. We're protesting against our own Prime Minister because she was the first world leader to go and meet him in the White House. She was apparently briefed on the travel ban before it came into effect, but she didn't say anything. She didn't try and stop him. She didn't say anything to him to say that's wrong. She, from what we can tell, she's more thinking about money and trade with America than human rights, which it goes against human rights, of course. And obviously we've got Brexit here, and we don't like the way that Theresa May is going about that. So generally, Theresa May, for the people that protested, is not what we want for our country or for the world. And then, of course, she's invited him for this state visit to the UK, and there's a petition online to stop him from coming. It had about 1.5 million signatures on the day that we protested. It's got over now. To say basically he can come to the UK, we're not going to ban people from travelling here, but we don't want him on an official state visit. And it's unprecedented anyway, because normally, all the previous presidents, it's been at least 2 years into the term before they've come here, and especially with the what he's done, we don't want him here, so we were protesting against that. So what happened at the protest? Well, I got there. It was meant to start at 6, but there were people there from about 5, starting to gather with their placards and their signs. So here's my sign. It says, "We're more than just a piece in your games." For all you savvy people, you should know. It's kind of a quote from the Hunger Games, which I think is a good protest film. But basically, I don't think that Theresa May or Donald Trump should use us as weapons against the things that they dislike. So that's where that comes from. Then, as I say, about 10,000 people ended up showing up, and that included some drum troops, and there were official speakers there as well. It was a proper organised protest, and all sorts of people from different walks of life, different backgrounds, different countries. We had Americans at the protest and immigrants at the protest. And we were, as I say, the drum troops were there, they were drumming, and we were cheering, and we were chanting, and holding up our signs, and it was a really, really good atmosphere to be in, and it was a peaceful protest. There wasn't any trouble, there wasn't any arrests. It was just us saying what we feel and saying what we wanted to say. And it is the first protest I've been to, and I'm happy that it was that one, because it was good, and as I say, it had a good atmosphere. And yeah. Donald Trump has got to go! Hey, hey, ho, ho! Donald Trump has got to go! Hey, 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 ho, ho! Donald, get out the way! 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 Shame on me! 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 Refugees are welcome here! Refugees are welcome! So the protest took place on Whitehall, which is one of the longest roads in London. It takes about 15 minutes to walk from one end, which is Parliament Square, where Big Ben and the Houses of Parliament are, all the way up to the other end, which is Trafalgar Square. So it's a really prominent part of London, and actually by Whitehall, halfway up Whitehall, is where Downing Street is, so that's where sort of it's centred on Downing Street, and then spread out from there. And we actually filled the length and the width of Whitehall. We shut it down. They were hoping they wouldn't have to shut the road, but they did, because there was too many of us. And we spilled out onto, as I say, Parliament Square, and we spilled out onto Trafalgar Square. There was just so many people, and it just filled the space. And if you look at the aerial pictures of it, there was just so many of us. So, taking away from the protest, I hope that we definitely did make some noise, and I hope that the official, the high up people, I hope they listen to that and hear that we're not happy with what's happening in our country, in America, in the world, and I'll definitely go to another protest to protest the same things or similar things or anything that I believe in, that something needs to change. So yeah, that's what I take away from this whole experience, really. And that's it. That was the protest that I went to, and I hope you feel happy that people are standing up for what they believe in, and I hope that maybe if you have something you want to stand up for, then you feel inspired to do it, and I hope it fills you with joy like it does with me. Like, I actually felt like crying when I was there. I did cry when I got home, because it was so powerful. But I hope that I hope that we can make some changes and make some good in the world. So thank you for watching this video that I've taken ages to upload. I'm sorry, I've been busy, but yeah, thank you for watching, and obviously feel free to comment about the protest, about me, if you want. And don't forget to like and subscribe and share whatever you want to do. And I will see you next time. Bye.